Happy Friday, coming off a 2-0 day and a full 15 game slate. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven. Happy Friday and happy Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully, you guys have a great weekend and enjoy the extra day off, hopefully from work. But we're coming off a 2-0 day yesterday. Thank goodness we needed that. But let's string some winning days together. That would be pretty cool. We'll go over the bets recap here in a little bit, but quick reminder, NBA Best Bets video is out now for Game 2 between the Mavericks and the T-Wolves, and we also give out some key stats from Game 1 of that one. So we have a full 15-game slate and a new segment. That's right, we continue to give you more and more research. This is because we've been asked this a few times, so we decided to give it to you. So before we get into all that, we got a baseball fun fact. Here we go. And this could be wrong. It's the internet, so we'll see. Let me know if it is, but if the longest home run ever hit in Rogers Center, formerly known as the Sky Dome, was popped straight up, it still would not have hit the ceiling. That can't be. That's insane. I don't. Toronto Blue Jays fans, you gotta look that up for me. That's crazy. But anyways, in this video, we're gonna recap yesterday. We're gonna go over the good hitter matchups, the good pitcher strikeout matchups, and then we're gonna take a look at the bullpen report. That's right. And by the way, I need a new name for the bullpen report. I'm taking all ideas, and if you are the one I like the most, we're going to pick it. I'll call you out. I need some help. We've done it. That's why we got Who's on Fire, Aces of Bases, things like that. Those are from people. So, and then, of course, we'll take a look at the pitcher report, the best bets, and then wrap it all up with the bets recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We are so close to 25,000 subscribers. You guys are freaking awesome. I appreciate the support from every single one of you. So let's get into it, and it starts with the recap. All right, there it is. A short, simple 2-0 day. Over 7.5 runs in the Rockies A's. I'm not going to lie, guys. This one stressed me out a little bit. I know you see the final score, but the A's were blowing chances in the early part of the game. And then they got a home run to tie it up at 4 in the 8th inning, I believe. No, maybe the 9th inning by Mike Cameron's son, the ex-Mariner Mike Cameron's son. And then it went absolutely insane in extras. I think they ended up with 17 runs. So I'll take it. Paul Skeens under 2.5 earned runs, and Kevin Gausman 4+ Ks. Two pretty easy winners. So we'll take it. 2-0 overall record. There we are, trying to dig out of that hole that we built ourselves in. And there's all the breakdown of every single one of them. So before we get into the best bets, let's talk some good hitter matchups. Okay, there we go. We got 9 good hitter matchups for you today, and the most at bats is Mr. Nico Horner, 9 for 23 off of Mikolas, and his teammate Dansby Swanson, 6 for 17 with 3 extra base hits and a bomb. And then over there on the right, we got a couple Rangers players, including Marcus Semien, 4 for 7 with 2 home runs versus Bailey Obear, who's actually thrown the ball really well. And then Freddie Freeman, 4 for 6, all singles versus Graham Ashcraft. So take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. And now let's talk some arms. All right, surprisingly, we don't have any actual good pitcher strikeout matchups, but let me talk about 3 of the highest strikeout pitchers today, and we'll talk about who they're facing. Braxton Garrett, the lefty, 27.7%. He has not pitched a lot of innings, so take that number for what it is. D-backs also have the 13th highest K rate versus lefties at 21.9%. So I didn't include it because, like I said, Braxton has not thrown that much this year. Imanaga of the Cubs, the stud, 27.8% K rate, facing the Cardinals, who have the 19th highest K rate versus lefties. This is all in the last 3 weeks, 20.8%. And then Corbin Burns, 25.6% K rate at the White Sox. But Chicago's not been striking out that much as you would think for a team that can't score runs. They have the 18th highest K rate versus righties at 21.8%. So that's what we got for the good pitcher strikeout matchups. And now, for the first time this season, let's take a look at the bullpen report. Okay, here we go. This is a new segment, but we did this last season for those that were around then also. And also, bullpen report is not sticking around. Someone give me a good name for this. Be creative, please. Sometimes I lack creativity with that. But here's what we're going to do. This is all I'm not going to talk about individual bullpen pitchers, obviously. I'm going to give you the top 6 ERAs and the bottom 6 ERAs in the last 30 days in the major leagues. And also, I'm going to give you their SIERA. It's kind of similar to expected ERA. It's something to predict. Are they due to get better? Are they due to get worse? But SIERA, if you don't know, it's on the bottom. Skill Interactive Earn Run Average. It eliminates factors the pitcher cannot control himself and helps predict ERA moving forward. So that is as a bullpen. As you can see on the top 6 down over there on the left, Dodgers 1.94 ERA. And then Astros 2.41 down to Yankees, Orioles, Guardians, and Braves are the top 6 ERAs in the bullpen in the last 30 days, not over the course of the whole season, but we're going to do last 30 days. And then those are the 6 worst bullpen ERAs on there over there on the right, including the Texas Rangers, the defending World Series champs at 5.54. The Sierra's lower. Obviously, they should be due for some positive regression at some point, but you see some differences in the Twins numbers, and other than that, though, the Royals, D-backs have not been good. Angels, according to their Sierra, should be a little bit better, as well as the Tigers. But yeah, these are the numbers. If you look over there, the Guardians in the top 6, their Sierra's right there with their ERA. They are just legit this year. We all know they're one of the top bullpens in the league. So hopefully this gives you some help. I know it's only listing 12 teams of the MLB, but at least you know the top 6, bottom 6. Maybe next time I can do a little bit more top 8 and bottom 8 or something like that. But if you guys have any suggestions, obviously throw them out. I can't do something that takes me hours and hours, but I just wanted to get you guys some info because I know some of you guys have been asking about it. So that is the bullpen report. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups of the day, and we don't have a ton of great pitchers on the mound, as you can see, but we do have Mr. George Kirby, the guy with 2 first names, the Seattle Mariners stud, 3.34 expected ERA, 1.01 WHIP. He's been solid. How about a 2.2% walk rate? That's just dumb. That's just so dumb. And then Alek Manoah trying to make a comeback after last year. He's looked okay so far. 18 innings, 3.23 expected ERA, striking out some guys. So not too bad there. We'll see where he goes. And then Seth Lugo's had one heck of a year, due for some regression big time. A 4 expected ERA with a 1.79 ERA. He has been solid, just a slightly above average strikeout pitcher. But other than that, nobody really great. Obert's been decent. But Christian Scott, the youngster, we had him last game. We tailed him, but didn't do well. But 3.27 expected ERA, 24% K rate. But Cutter Crawford has been well. I mean, his expected ERA under 3, ERA 2.17. So he's got a good matchup there against the Brewers and Bryce Wilson. So that's the first 8 matchups. If you haven't seen this before, you're new to the channel, on the bottom are the averages, just to give you guys a baseline and what to go off of. So now let's take a look at page 2. All right, these are the final matchups. We got some decent pitchers over here. How about Imanaga of the Cubs? Guys, this guy's like the best pitcher in the majors right now. Let's just face it. It's been unbelievable. What a signing for the Cubs. 0.84 ERA, 1.94 expected ERA, and what a mismatch against St. Louis and Miles of Mikolas. That's right, the Miles and Miles. He has not been good again. 5.72 expected ERA, 17% K rate, giving up almost 11 hits per 9 innings. It has not been pretty. But other than that, we got Yu Darvish down there who's pitched really well. 2.38 expected ERA, going up against lefty Carlos Rodon, who's had a decent bounce back season as well. And then Zach Allen, we know he pitches better at home. That's just how he's been for the last 2-3 years now. And he's at home facing the Miami Marlins, who've been surprisingly decent offensively lately. And then we got, of course, Justin Verlander, the man, the myth, the legend, the 50-year-old. He has just been rolling still. So that's what we got for the pitcher report and page 2. And now it's time for some best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description, because right now, use the promo code JABO. You get 30 days free, including a 7-day free trial. It's a great website. Go check it out. So here we go. This first one takes us out to St. Louis. We got the Cardinals hosting the Chicago Cubbies. Cubbies on the money line, minus 135. Cardinals money line, plus 114, with an over-under of 7.5 runs. My best bet in this game is the Cubs, minus a half a run in the first 5 innings at minus 108 on FanDuel. This is a huge starting pitcher mismatch in this game. Say that 3 times fast. But I had to figure out how I wanted to bet it. Cardinals team total under 1.5 in the first 5 was an option. Imanaga maybe under earned runs, but eventually I just went to this one. So Imanaga, if you don't know, he's been possibly the best starting pitcher in the league. It's been unreal. It's how about giving up 5 earned runs in 53.2 innings? It's absolutely insane. I don't even know how that happens for a guy in the first year in the MLB, but what a steal the Cubs got, that's for sure. But Imanaga only also giving up 6.7 hits per 9 innings with a ridiculously low 4.3% walk rate. Everything he is doing is just unbelievable right now. I don't expect a lot of base runners for the Cardinals. The Cardinals offense versus lefties in the month of May, how about 22nd WRC plus, 23rd on base percentage, 6.7% walk rate. They're a low average offense. I don't think they're going to get a lot of runners on. If they do hit something deep, I don't think it's going to really drive in anyone because there probably won't be many guys on the bases. If you haven't watched Imanaga pitch, you got to do it because he is something special. So on the other side is a guy I like to fade. So it's a great combo. Miles Mikolas. If you followed me long enough, that I'm not a huge fan of him. I don't, and he's been struggling again this year. He signed a big contract, I think it was 2 years ago, and really hasn't been the same since. So far this year, 5.77 ERA with a 5.72 expected ERA. As you guys saw, all the numbers already on the pitcher report. 17% K rate. The only thing he does well is not walk many hitters. Not a big deal. But he does give up almost 11 hits per 9 innings, which is like almost double of Imanaga. He's given up 3 or more earned runs in 5 of his last 7 starts this season. That's right. He's facing a Cubs offense. Now, if I have to tell you about a worry a little bit, the Cubs offense sometimes goes flat. That's my only worry here. But in the month of May, they're 17th WRC plus, 14th in on-base percentage, number 1 walk rate. Maybe they can squeeze another walk out of Mikolas. But overall, they're about average. Maybe just a slightly below average. But overall, they have been the better offense in this split, them versus righties compared to the Cardinals versus lefties. The Cubs have a much, much better starting pitcher. I would not be surprised if the Cardinals don't score a run because that's usually what teams do in the first 5. I think Imanaga's only given up a run in the first 5 innings like twice all season. It's just been crazy. So I think the Cubs really just need like 2 runs, and we should be good here to have a lead after 5 innings. So give me the Cubs minus a half a run in the first 5 innings as my first best bet. All right, this second best bet is a little 2-leg parlay. It's going to get a little interesting, but I got the Dodgers money line and Ross Stripling to not record a win. That's right. You choose no to record a win. We've done this as a little juice reducer, I guess we'll say. But these are not the same game, obviously. Ross Stripling is a pitcher for the Oakland A's, just so you know. So let's talk the Dodgers money line first, though. This is the main one. It's like minus 165, minus 170 on its own. They just lost their last series, still 6-4 in their last 10. They have James Paxton on the mound going up against Graham Ashcraft. Now, Paxton is a slightly better starting pitcher here. Let's just be honest. He's allowed 3 earned runs to the Reds in his last start, but he has a 2.84 ERA. He is due for some negative regression, but I don't see that coming here in this start. He's won 5 of his last 8 starts. He's allowed 3 earned runs or less in all but 1 start this season. So he is at least giving his team a chance to win pretty much every time he takes the mound. And now he gets to face a Reds offense. 24th WRC plus, 22nd average, bottom 10 in every power metric pretty much. And one of their best hitters, Ellie De La Cruz, hitting 242 versus lefties. And then you got Ashcraft on the mound for the Reds, facing an angry Dodgers lineup because they've had a couple rough days. But now they go to Great American Small Park. He faced the Dodgers last time out, also gave up 3 earned runs himself. If you ask me, he's an average starting pitcher. I guess we'll just say that. That's what I think of Graham Cracker as. But he's facing the Dodgers for the second time, and I don't think that's going to be good for him, especially at Great American Ballpark. You see a high total. The Dodgers team total is very high as well. It's pretty simple for me, guys. We have the slightly better starting pitcher here. We have the unbelievably not even close, much better lineup. The much better bullpen in the Dodgers. Give me the Dodgers on the money line. All they got to do is win this game. Now, the second leg, Ross Stripling to not record a win. Again, you go to pitcher props. Instead of choosing yes to record a win, you just hit no. It was either between him or Bryce Wilson of the Brewers. I decided to choose him. But again, this is just to reduce the juice to get us close to even money. We've done this now 3 times this year, and then not record a win is 3 for 3. Let's see if we can make it 4 for 4. He has made 10 starts this year. He has 1 win. That's right, 1. Let me do the math in my head. That's a 10% hit rate. Not good. He's given up 11 earned runs in his last 3 starts. And he honestly, the first thing you have to do to record a win, in case you don't know, you have to go 5 full innings. No matter what, you have to go 5 full innings. He's pitched exactly 5 innings in his last 2 starts. He gets very close to that 5-inning mark. And he's now going up against the Astros, but we'll talk about that in a second. The Astros do have Justin Verlander on the mound, the guy who just turned 68. It's a huge starting pitcher advantage. He's had 2 blow-up games, but they've been against better offenses. Astros, I understand they've been inconsistent. I mean, they could lose this game and Stripling still not record a win, but I do think the Astros will get to him here. I am not a Ross Stripling fan. I don't think he's a very good pitcher at all. In his last start, Mr. Justin Verlander or again in his last start for Ross Stripling, the Astros absolutely lit up the A's bullpen and they lost like 9-3 or something huge. There's just too many ways to not get a win. So Stripling, if you don't know, he has to go 5 innings. He has to leave the game with the lead, and that lead can never ever be given up. So I expect the Astros to just win this game outright. So let's just make it 1 for 11 for Ross Stripling to not record a win, along with the Dodgers money line. A little interesting, creative. I know 2-leg parlay, but I do have to say there's not a lot of props out the night before, and I can't wait much longer. So this is a bet I do love. So let's now talk some leans that I have, because those are the only two best bets right now. Apparently, sometimes MLB just does not want to drop all the props very early. So, but here's a couple of them. So first one I like is a lean. Seth Lugo under 5.5 hits allowed. He's allowed only 51 hits in 65.1 innings. In his 4 road starts, he's allowed 4, 3, 2, and 5 hits. This guy has been good. He will be due for a little negative regression, but he's still solid. And I don't think he's just a guy who's going to get blown up or anything. He's facing a Rays offense that's just been below average versus righties. They just haven't been that good this year. They're actually a bit worse at home as well. I think Lugo throws pretty well here. I think he gives up 5 or less hits in this one. I also like the under in this game, by the way, and that Royals-Rays game. Red Sox money line. This is another one because Cutter Crawford is going up against Bryce Wilson. Now, I like Crawford a lot more in this one. Wilson has been decent so far this year. He's a guy who just throws 4 to 5 innings. He's due for some negative regression, in my opinion. He's not that good of a pitcher. Goes from bullpen to starter. But the Brewers' offense overall has been better, a little bit better than the Red Sox. But the Brewers on the road have not been so good. How about 4-8 in the last 12 games? Lost 4 straight road series. Now they go to Fenway Park against one of their better pitchers in Cutter Crawford. I like that we're only getting like minus 135 or minus 130 on some books. So give me the Red Sox money line as my second lean. So I don't know if I said I had 3 leans. I have 2 leans right now for you. So those are my 2 best bets and my 2 leans and all my rambling about baseball today. Again, not all the props are out. Not everything's out, so I can't really give you much more. But I will have at least 1 or 2 more added plays along with those Friday RBI props that I like to do every week. So that's all I got for you. Let's check out the recap. All right, those are my 2 best bets. The Cubs minus a half a run in the first 5 innings at minus 108, and the Dodgers money line with Ross Stripling no to record a win at minus 103 on DraftKings. If you just fast forwarded this, I talked about a couple leans as well, but not a lot of props and stuff out, so I'm going to wait till the morning and give you guys the best bets I can. So thank you guys for listening again. NBA Best Bets video is out now. Go check it out for game 2 of that series. It's been another fun week. I love talking sports every day, and it's all thanks to you guys. So I want to just say thank you, and hope you guys all have a great Memorial Day weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.